Jai Masters. Real growth, real meaning to life is much deeper than where people live. And it should sound frightening if you really hear it. Because what's happening is as follows, and it's very easy to see once you get clarity. We're not okay inside. It's not comfortable in there. There are fears, anxieties, needs, and that's not comfortable. It's just like if I throw you into water and you're drowning, it's not comfortable, period. It's just not comfortable. It's not a nice place to be. In most cases, being inside yourself is not a nice place to be. We know that. We don't pay attention to it. Like meditation's, or the attempt to meditate, is a perfect example of it's not okay inside. People don't want to meditate. Most people don't want to do that. They don't want to sit down and go inside, period. They don't want to sit down and go inside. Why? Because it's not comfortable inside. There, it's that easy. You say, well, meditation is going to make it comfortable. Yeah, but that means it's not comfortable. If you have to make it comfortable, it means it's not comfortable. So the default state of a human being is it is not okay inside. It is anywhere from, ask them. I like it. It's like a test. We'll do a survey. Go walk by, when you're walking by strangers, people you know anything, hey, how you doing? I'm okay. That's not really very well. I mean, okay, it's like kind of I'm getting by. All right, okay means I'm not suffering too much. Come on, be serious. Okay is not a good state. It means, all right, how you doing? It's been worse. How you doing? I'll get by. I'll make it. And people say things like that to the. How many say, how you doing? Ecstatic. I do. I make a point of it every single time. All right? I mean, that's not what you hear, right? You hear, I'll get by. You hear, oh, here's the worst one. You ready? How you doing? You got a moment? No. No, I don't have a moment, all right? Because you'll be there a long time, all right? Or another one. How you doing? You don't want to know. I mean, these things we say are beautiful. What comes out of the mouths of babes is a real teaching. You didn't think about it when you sat there and said you don't want to know. It just came out. You are describing what it is like inside of yourself. Period. How's it been since your girlfriend left? Stuff. Whoa, now we're getting serious. Okay? I hear you've been depressed lately. How you doing now? It's worse. Whoa. Now, what does all of this mean? It's not so nice inside. It's not a day at the beach. It's not a really, wow, man, this is neat. Can I go sit alone by myself in the corner? Why is it when you were in school and you did bad, they put you in the corner? Why is it that when you're bad, you get time out? It's not a nice place to go. Why is it if you're in prison, God forbid, all right, but if you're in prison and you misbehave, they put you in something called solitary confinement. Why? Because that's the worst punishment that we know to do to another human being, to lock them up in solitary. Why? It's nice inside. It's like a sunny day. What's wrong with that? A lot. They literally will tell you, you leave them in solitary confinement long enough, they go bananas. Why? It's not nice in there. Leave a Buddhist monk in solitary confinement. Thank you. So just get it down. Be honest. Admit it. It's not by default nice in there. Okay, nobody's picking on you. It's just, we can talk about why and what to do about it. The key is, it's not okay in there. It's not nice in there. Nobody, when they're thrown into the water and they're drowning, is just laying there. They're trying to kick or do, even if there's nothing to hold on to, they're trying, aren't they? I used to tell you, years ago, I used an example. Let's say you fell out of an airplane without a parachute. Okay? There's two ways you go down. First of all, you're going down. Let's get that straight. There's no question about it, right? There's two ways you go down. Either like this, grabbing, pulling. What the hell are you holding on to? It's just pure air, but that's how they go down. You understand that, right? Kicking and screaming and pulling, or just turn around and watch it come and just, whoa, there's your last rush. Very few do it that way. Right? And none of them live to tell about it, so I don't know. But the net result is you're going to try to do something to be okay. It's just a totally natural thing. If somebody takes a swing at you, you don't have to be trained in defense. Your arms are going up. You want to try to be okay. It's as simple as that. It's an amoeba. If you stick a pin toward an amoeba, it pulls back. It is the natural state of a living being to try to be okay, to try to feel better, to try to raise their state. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it will never go away. You were meant to do that. You were meant to seek high. You were meant to be okay. All right? So now we have two natural forces. One, you're not okay. And two, you want to be okay. And that's real primal. Now the only question becomes, what are you doing to try to be okay? We're not going to discuss whether you're okay or you're not. I'm telling you, almost every single thing you do shows you're not okay. What do I want to do tonight? I'm bored. Oh, you're not okay. Right? I don't want to go there. I didn't have a good time last time. You're not okay. Oh, this was good. I want more. A little bit better. You want to be more okay. Right? It doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, period. Oh, God, work was real hard. I can't wait for the weekend. You're not okay. We're going to go on a vacation this year. Right? Well, what do you mean? What do you need a vacation for? I'm not okay. You need a vacation from your not okayness. Do you understand that? Please, all right? I'm not being negative. I just want you to understand the depth of this. It's not okay in there. So basically, it's not okay. There is an instinct, which happens to be very deep, it's within your soul, your being, to raise yourself, to try to be okay. So the only question becomes, how are you going about doing it? And that is the discussion of spirituality, personal growth, life, call it whatever you want. Your entire life is about trying to be okay. When you were terrible twos, you tried to be okay by screaming and yelling for what you wanted. How early does it start? Have you ever had a child? How early does it start that they want what they want and don't want what they don't want? Right? I mean, even before that, you're a little baby. He's hungry. Wah! You're trying to be okay. It's the only way you know how to try and be okay. You have always tried to be okay. You will always try to be okay. People are afraid to die. Do you understand that? People are afraid to die. Let's talk about that. Well, I guess they're all going to die. So that's just hilarious. If you're afraid to die and you're going to die, you're afraid. That's just such a silly thing, all right? Why are people afraid to die? Because they think they'll miss out on something, even though all they do is complain their entire life. Then when it comes time to die, I don't want to die. Well, it didn't sound so good, But basically, you get down to, because I'm waiting for my ship to come in. It hasn't happened yet. There's something else I want to experience. People want to see everything. People are afraid of missing things. Have you any idea how much you're missing? Right now, you're experiencing this. Hey, you're not missing this. What are you missing? Everything else. Literally, everything that's going on everywhere is all over Florida, underground, above ground, all over the entire United States, all over the world, all over Saturn, Mars, the farthest galaxies far, far away. Every single thing is happening everywhere you're missing, every single time, all the time. So do not dare let yourself be afraid of missing something. But that's how it thinks. Because what it's really saying is, I'm not okay yet. You hear me? I'm not okay yet. I was lonely. I met somebody. I hope they stay with me. I want to get married. Why? I want to be okay. I want to be okay. Nothing's sacrosanct around here. You want to discuss honestly? All right? It's just amazing how pervasive this is and what it means, and how pervasive trying to be okay is. Right? Either avoiding what will make you worse or getting what you think will make you better, but everything's saying the same thing. I'm not okay. And nobody's paying attention. All right? Because everybody's not okay. Like the fish don't know they're in the water because they've never seen out. Very few people have ever reached the state of always being okay. It is reachable. Let's get that straight. Your inner state can be more beautiful than anything you can ever experience from the outside. That happens to be its natural state. So the key is, not okay. Let's get that straight. Not okay. I'm trying to be okay. All right? There are lots of different ways people are trying to be okay. Lots of different ways. Just depends on how your mind thinks. You are out there trying to manipulate things outside so that you can be okay inside. All right? So now, the question becomes, if this is what you're going to do, spirituality is very straightforward. Let's get, first of all, people really, really mix up spiritual growth with renunciation. And I got a pet peeve with that one. Renunciation has nothing to do with spiritual growth. Why? What is renunciation? I'm not okay. I want to be okay, but I won't. Whoa, don't renounce that. That's ridiculous. There's a totally natural instinct to try to be okay. Renunciation is basically saying, I think this will make me okay, but I'm not going to do it. As long as you think it's going to make you be okay, you miss the boat. That's what's wrong. It's deeper than renunciation. Doesn't mean you go out and do whatever it is your mind thinks. It's crazy. Go do drugs, go do this. Okay, that's a different story. The question is, do you understand why you're not okay, and therefore understand how you go about being okay? And the answer is no. The way it naturally comes out is as follows. I'm lonely. You don't say I'm not okay. You say I'm lonely. It's a natural state. They'll teach you that. Oh, it's totally natural to be lonely. Totally natural to need people. So now you need to go out and take care of that. That is totally wrong. Okay? Why? You're not okay. Let's just do it quickly. You're not okay, not because you don't have something. You're not okay because there's something wrong inside of you. Not because you're missing something outside. Not because of some experience you had outside in the past. You're not okay because something's wrong inside. If you fix what's wrong inside, you will be okay. Now go interact with the outside. It's a totally different interaction. One is your interaction with the outside out of desire and fear. I need something to be okay. I'm afraid that something will make me worse. And that's your entire interaction. The other is, should you get there, and we're going to talk about it, I'm okay. I'm more than okay. It's beautiful in here. When? All the time. Well, what if something goes wrong outside? It's fun trying to fix it. Whoa. What if you're really important that you win this sports game and you end up in the finals playing against a team that's better than you are, and you really have to struggle to dig deep to pull out the best that you possibly have, and you lose? Wow, did I grow? Did I learn? It pulled out my best game. What if all of life is like that? If it goes a way that flows nicely inside, it's beautiful, it's high as could be. If it's challenging, it's beautiful. It builds you, it challenges you to become a greater being. I'm greater because I played that game and lost than if I played somebody who was worse than me. It pulled out the best of me. What's wrong with that? Well, what if that was your interaction with every single moment of your life, no matter what happened? In other words, you mastered it. You mastered the art of being okay. There are masters in golf. There are masters in tennis. There are masters in music. Well, there are masters in life. You have mastered the art of being okay. Your inner being has been taken care of. It's fine. It's whole. Doesn't mean you don't interact with the outside. You interact with the outside because it's fun. You interact with the outside because you're filled with love and you share it. You interact with the outside because everything's beautiful and it's like, wow, it's a total interactive sport. But it's not out of need ever. You know, I know it's hard for you. I'm being tough. Ever. I mean, there's need for food. There's some basic biological needs of your body. But there are no psychological needs. Psychological needs are indication that something's wrong. Because otherwise, there's just this beautiful energy flowing inside of you. That's your natural state. You feel joy all the time. You feel up all the time. You feel love all the time. You don't even understand what needs are. That's how long it's been since you had a need. And the same thing with things that you don't want to be, fears. Right? Whatever it is, you handled fine before, you handle it fine now. What's the future going to be like? Beautiful. How do you know? Always has been, always will be. You mean you've always gotten what you want? No, I've always enjoyed what I got. That's a big difference. So what's wrong inside that I don't feel that way? Why is it not that way if that's the natural state? It's not hard to understand. It's not that way because you, nobody else, you have blocked the energy flow that is natural within your being. If you stop your breath, you're not going to do real well. If you force your heart to stop, you're not going to do real well. If you stop the flow of this chi, this shakti, this spirit, call it whatever you want, this beautiful energy flow, or first, have you ever experienced a beautiful energy flow inside of you? You better say yes. There have been things that have happened in your life that you just blissed out. You opened up as this beautiful energy rushed up inside of you, and you felt joy. You felt spontaneous joy. You felt love because you opened. That's what you say. I am so open to him. My God, every time I see him, I just feel all this joy. I've never been so open before. That's right. When you are open, you are releasing, putting aside the blockages that are blocking this flow of beautiful energy. That flow of beautiful energy is always there. It is always there. It does not need anything or anyone, period. It is your natural state, just like your heart beats naturally, your breath goes in and out naturally. This flow, this upward flow of joy, of love, of shakti, chi, is a natural state of your being. Like I said, you have felt it periodically. Not nearly as much as I want you to, but you have felt it periodically. And I know when you felt it. This is when my psychic part comes in. When you got what you wanted. Did I get it? Okay? But that's very deep. That's very deep. That's very important. When you got what you wanted, something melted inside. You say, my heart melted. I opened up. Those are the words you use. When you got what you wanted, this energy flowed. The moment you found something about it that wasn't what you wanted, it stopped. Do you understand that? Oh, she said she loved me in high school. Oh, she said she loved me. Oh, my God. No one ever told me they loved me before. This is so beautiful. And you realize she's walking around saying, I love you. I love you. She's a hippie. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's everybody, right? Well, that's not going to work. That doesn't feel very good anymore, all right? You open when it's the way you want it to be. You close when it's not the way you want it to be. Have you noticed? Just stop for a second. Do you understand how deep that is? That's it. That's everything. You open when it's the way you want it to be. You close when it's the way you don't want it to be. When you couldn't care less, it doesn't have any effect. The white lines on the road neither open you up nor close you down, right? 99.999% of the people who walk by you do nothing when you're in New York. Don't go on the streets, right? But if you see somebody you like, whoa, it goes up. You see me, you don't like her, it goes down. You're doing that. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It has nothing to do with anything else. Yeah, but if I get the job I like, oh my God, I get so turned on that you did that. You did that. The moment somebody in that job gives you something to do, your boss gives you something you don't want to do, you don't get excited about the job anymore. Right? And then if all of a sudden they say, oh, no, please do this, or you get all excited again. Right? Somebody else, the opposite. It's not the job. It's you. The beauty of it, and you should be happy with this. It's empowering you. Your happiness, your joy, your love is not dependent upon anybody else. You are making the mess inside. You are doing it. You are doing it. All right? So if it's what you want, you open up. If it's what you don't want, you close down. Now, that's the basics. We're doing the real basic stuff here, right? Now let's go to the next step. Have things ever happened in your past that you didn't want that closed you down? Have you noticed, let's see how observant you are, that if something happens years later that reminds you of that thing, you close again? Have you noticed that? You could have been having a beautiful day, everything's wonderful, and a car drives by that was similar to the color of the car you got in an accident with 6 years ago. Boom. We're not doing so good. So now you've compounded the problem. I had it pretty simple. You're not okay inside. If you get what you want, you're better. If you don't get what you want, you're worse. That lets you kind of know what's determining whether you're okay or not. You. Okay? Who decides what you want? You. Nobody else decides. Who decides what you don't want? You. Therefore, you're deciding how to screw yourself up. Okay? All right. So now we're going to compound it, make it a little more complicated, because it is very complicated in there. It's like drowning. What's that? Things are not even happening, and they can close you or open you. You have the ability, I don't know why you do it, but mazel tov, you have the ability that if something goes wrong 6 years ago, you can keep it inside of you so it keeps bothering you. Have you ever done that? If you do it really, really bad, we call it a traumatic experience. Traumatic means you couldn't handle it at a level that you suppressed it so strong that it stayed inside of you and ran your life. How's that for a definition of traumatic experience? So now we have collected inside of ourselves all of these bad experiences. I mean, even tiny little things. Tiny little things. You're going to a party that was outside and it rained a couple of years ago. Now somebody invites you to a party. Every time you say, is it outside or inside? It left this impression on you. Well, by the time you're done, which doesn't take very long, you got a lot of that stuff in there. Well, if you have collected over time a whole bunch of stuff that closed you so that now you're sensitive about it, and when events happen outside, they remind you of it. I always talk about, Rorschach test, the ink blots, right? What is that saying? It's saying you got stuff in there. If you go take an ink blot test, hey, the doctor holds it up and says, what do you see? Ink. What do you see? A blot. What do you see? Scribbles on the page. He don't like you very much. He don't believe you. No, say what your first impression is. It's supposed to hit your stuff. You understand that? That's what it's all about. You got stuff in there. What's that? Mommy and daddy fighting. You're disclosing what's going on in there. So if you build inside of you and you have this collection of things that bothered you that are still inside of you, and if things outside do the little Rorschach test to you, that the slightest sound of music or a smell or this or that brings it back up, you're not going to be okay in there. How about just rest at that? Just what you've done with your past, the problems that you had in the past, that you stored them inside, you made a collection of them, guarantees you're not going to be okay inside. Because I said, if something happens that you like, you open, and if something happens that you don't like, you close. Well, now you've stored things to make you close. Have you noticed? Therefore, you close quite a bit. Now I'm going to go to the third level. I mean, it was complicated enough that what's happening actually right now in the here and now is causing me to open and close. Now everything that happened in the past is causing me to open and close. Right? You had a great vacation in Hawaii years and years ago. You're having a tough day, and somebody says, hey, did you see what happened in Hawaii yesterday? Oh, thanks. You brought me back up. God got me out of it. It's ridiculous. In other words, you've meshed yourself up completely, and now you're completely dependent upon outside events to be okay. Either they're actually happening, or they stimulate positive or negative, we call them some scars in yoga, positive or negative impression that you stored inside. So that's the second level. The third level, I don't always take you to, but it's really important, is it doesn't even matter if what happened outside bothered you. What has happened now, you're so prone to negative because what you've done is decided inside, this is how I can be okay. By what? By getting what I want. There it is. How do I know what I want? Past experiences. So now I don't know about you, but I've developed in my mind has developed this concept, view, opinion, preference of what should be happening that will make me okay. How people should behave, how many people can fit in the elevator when I'm standing in there, how close they can get, what's personal space. But, I mean, it is so specific, it's ridiculous. You got one of those? Okay. Which is, this is how it needs to be for me to be okay. That was what you did. Remember I said, you're not okay, you want to be okay. This is how you're trying to be okay. By making up with your analytical mind how everything and everyone needs to be for me to be okay. Got one? All right. What's the probability that's going to happen? Slim to nil, zero. It is zero. What is the probability that the moment in front of you is going to match what you made up inside based on your past experiences? We already said there's billions and zillions of moments going on. Why would it match yours? The world is unfolding in accordance to the laws of physics, chemistry, meteorology, psychology. Do you understand that? There are laws that are determining why the moment is the way it is. Who do you think you are? That's the epitome of ego. You see it? That's ego. I am the center of the universe. Or at least, I don't care about the universe, but the center of the moments that are unfolding in front of me. As if they're separate from the rest. Every single thing is tied to everything else. If you just had your hair done, you don't want the wind blowing, that's a very big request. All right, do not make that minor, all right? If the wind is tied to the mountains and this and that and the rains and the El Nino and La Nina and everything in the whole world, right? You have no right to sit there and say, right here where I'm, it could blow anywhere you want, but don't blow here. It's not about getting what you want. It's not about getting what you want. No, what? Why? You said if I get what I want, I get open. That's what's wrong, is that you only open when you get what you want. If you only open when you get what you want, you're not going to be open very often. And you're going to be neurotic and tense and anxious trying to make it be that way. And you're going to worry all the time that it won't be that way. Wanting to get what you want and avoid what you don't want is the worst disease you can ever get. Why? You will never be okay. Why? One, it's not going to be the way you want. It's going to be the way it is. If you haven't caught on yet. All right? People, weather, everything. Second, if it isn't the way you want, you get uptight. And since it's not going to be the way you want, you're uptight all the time. That's what creates the tension. I mean, I have tension. I don't know, I have so much tension. People have tension. What is tension? I am resisting inside. I am struggling. I am drowning. And avoiding what you don't want is the same thing. It's like things are going to unfold. You can't say, I don't want to die. I love that one. I don't want to die. When? Ever. And I'm really worried about it. I bet you are. Right? Well, I don't mind dying, but I don't want to get old. Oh, really? No, I don't want to get old. I'm just telling you, look what you do. You make life impossible for yourself. So I could keep going out there. I was starting to say that the third level. The third level is that you get so neurotic that everything that unfolds seems negative. Why? Because I have a way I want it to be, and if it's not that way, I consider that negative. How about you? If I have a way I want things to be and they're not that way, to me that is a negative experience. Well, since I already told you things are going to be the way they are, and what you want is this tiny little sliver, what's the probability of all the events that could possibly happen that the one you want more than anything is going to be the one that happens? You might as well win the lottery every moment. So therefore, that's not terrible. The terrible part is if it doesn't happen, here, people go out and play the lottery. Now, I don't care, I'm just playing the lottery, all right? That's not true. When the balls are coming up, or the number, I don't know how they do it, when the numbers are coming up, their heart's beating, all kinds of, and then when they don't get the number, they go, oh, damn, they say something dirty. Okay? And then when the next time they go and they see lottery tickets, they feel either good or bad, right? And if they see the person who won, they hate them. They get jealous. You made a mess of yourself when the odds were, what are they, 1 to 100 million to 1? That's what you do every moment of your life. You have a way you want it to be. You have a way you don't want it to be. The way you want it to be is so slim and narrow, it's ridiculous. Therefore, anything else that happens makes you feel bad. Therefore, you feel bad all the time. This is why you're drowning. This is why you're not okay inside. And the answer, if you listen to your mind, is get it the way you want. Go out there and try harder. Okay? You just picked the wrong wife. Get another one. Whatever the heck it is. It's just something's wrong outside. Fix it. You'll be okay inside. So that's the whole direction where humanity goes. And look at the result. Everybody's fighting with each other. The politics is absurd. Countries are fighting. It's just war. It's war all the time. Why would it not be? When every single one of the 7.5 billion of you is at war with life. I don't care what language you speak, I don't know what country you're with. You have a way you want it to be, and it's not that way. And you wake up every morning determined to protect yourself from what could go wrong and fight for what you want. And your society tells you that's exactly how you should be. Just be good at it. And the people who win, they're great, right? I always like the picture. I saw a picture once, really made an impression on me, right? It was in 1929 when the market crashed. And they were wearing suits as they jumped out of the window. There were pictures of them falling out of the windows. These are your elite. These are the successful people in your society. I don't think so. If a stock price can go like this and they're throwing themselves out of the windows, I don't think that's very healthy. What about you? In other words, the only reason I was okay is I was temporarily getting what I wanted. People respected me. I had money. The future looked bright because I had what I wanted. The moment I wasn't getting what I wanted, boy, did it change. Didn't it? That's not the answer to how to be okay. I didn't mean to be so long-winded, but I hope you followed me. There is no win in that game. But does that mean I can't be okay? No, it's way simpler than that. Come all the way back and realize I'm okay when I get what I want. I'm not okay when I don't get what I want. I open and I close. Well, maybe we need to work with that. Buddhists talk about working at the root. That's the root of the problem. You only know how to be okay when you get what you want. And you're really not okay when you either don't get what you want or get what you don't want. Maybe we need to work at that. That's the inner work. That's meditation. That's yoga. That's spirituality. It's called inner work instead of outer work of trying to make everything in the world match your garbage. Why don't we work on it? You mean I can work on that? Yeah, you can work on that. Right? Let's start with the simplest. Why did you decide what you like and dislike? We already said so. Because you had past experiences. Those past experiences left impressions on you, either positive or negative, and basically now you're trying to match them again. All right? I did that quickly, but you see that. All right? Well, maybe we shouldn't store those past experiences. Well, I can't not have them. I didn't say anything about not having them. Somebody walks up to you, looks at you and says, God, are you sick? You look terrible. You're not sick at all. Thought you were doing well because I thought I was feeling pretty good about things, right? Well, that's not really nice, is it? I don't feel real good. Thanks a lot, all right? Okay. Now, if they stand right there and keep saying it to you over and over again for the next 3 to 4 years, I understand. Well, that's problematic. That's going to get you depressed. That's a bad thing. But if they walk by and say, are you doing okay? You don't look so good. You're kind of peaked, right? And frail. Did something go wrong? Really? What happened in your life? So then they walk by. They walk by, and that's that. All right? Well, I don't understand why you still feel bad. How about that? That's how people should talk to you. Stop making it natural to be screwed up. Somebody walked up to you. It was one event in the universe. Listen, we all got an ego. We got stuff in here, right? It feels bad. No question. That's fine. Feels bad. But when they stop saying it, why does it still feel bad? Why does it feel bad all day? Why does it feel bad next year? Why does it feel bad now that everybody walks up to you and says, excuse me, can I talk to you? No. How neurotic, it's called neurotic. How neurotic you want to get. It's all based upon whether you keep that inside of you. Keep what? The bad experience. It was a bad experience, wasn't it? Right? Do you have to keep that inside of you? Some philosophies say, well, it's a bad experience happened to you. It mars you for life. You just have to find a way to cope with it. Right? That is not what yoga says. And that is not the truth. What it says is, you resisted that. Didn't you? You didn't like it so much that you resisted it. Inside, you used hands to push it away. Hey, don't talk to me like that. I don't need anybody talking to me like that. You don't understand. When you resisted it, you kept it. It would have passed through. Everything passes through. The trees pass by, the cars pass by, people pass until you do something with it. The water flows by until you put a rock in the way. Then it creates eddies and currents and keeps screwing things up, right? If you resist the event that took place, even though it's not comfortable, we'll talk about that. You have to resist it. You can experience not comfortable. You can experience not comfortable without resisting it. Resistance makes it worse. If you go through childbirth, that's not oh my God, I can't even think about it, right? That's very painful. Getting the ship out of the bottle, that's serious stuff, all right? I must hurt a lot, all right? And that's not one of those folding ships either, all right? And so you're going to go through that, right? If you resist, it's worse. They teach you, Lamont, they teach you to breathe and relax. Breathe and relax because you allow more room. It's exactly the same. If you resist this event that was not comfortable inside, you tense around it. When you tense around it, you don't give it the room to pass through. And it actually stays in there. And that's what leaves these impressions. So bad experiences don't make impressions. They're like Ramakrishna. Once someone asked Ramakrishna, the great master, do yogis, great saints, get angry or do they have problems? He said, oh, yes. He said, but it's like riding on water. How long does it last? You can't even see it was there. So it makes the impression as it comes in, but then it's gone. Why? Go ride on concrete. Why? The concrete resists the riding, doesn't it? All right? It's a substance that's hard, so therefore it stays. If you resist the event that took place inside, you resist it, push it away. I'm telling you, it's staying. That's what makes it leave impressions. That's the deepest thing I can ever teach you. Everything I've said all day led to that. If you want to be okay inside, don't store the garbage. You want to collect something? Collect stamps. Don't collect bad experiences. And you are collecting bad experiences. Do you understand that? But you don't even know it. It's so natural, right? Of course, I told you, if somebody takes a swing at you, you throw your arm up. But don't keep it there. Don't walk around like this now. He swung at me once, 16 years ago. How do I know if he's going to do it again? That's the difference. An event took place. Yes, it was not comfortable. Of course, there's going to be some reaction of discomfort inside. Stick the rock in the water, it makes some eddies, and pull it out. It's fine. There's no impression. That's what you should be doing inside. Now, right now, you don't know how to. Why? Nobody ever taught you. Nobody ever got into the discussion. Yes, into every life some rain will fall. But I don't have to keep it raining in there just because it rained once. It can pass through. Events only last for a moment. I have a rule with Mickey. I'm not perfect at it in any way, shape, or form, right? If it ain't happening outside, it ain't happening inside. It happened before. It's not happening anymore. And it's still bothering me. No wonder you're not okay. If you're going to do that, you're not okay in there. How about that? That alone will define that you're not okay in there. If every single thing that ever bothered you is still bothering you, whether it be subconscious or conscious, I don't care. It means it's in there, it's getting stimulated, it's messing up your life. You're doing that. You stop doing that, it's all going to change. And then the other end of the bookend is it hasn't even happened yet. And I'm thinking it might, and I'm scared. No, this past future stuff that's be here now. Now you understand be here now? Right? It means don't be there then. Where else are you if you're not here now? It's the only place there is. Well, there's this mind in which I stored there then and I made up a gonna be. Oh, well, as long as you stored it there then and made up a gonna be, don't make believe you're here now, because you're not, right? It's all about letting go of that garbage that you stored inside of you. You want to do effort? That's your effort. Is everybody following me? So one, these are the easy ones. I'm not telling you, be okay with the fact that somebody told you don't look good, right? It's natural. Your ego's natural. It's going to have its day. And so it's going to feel a little bit of a reaction. It'll get less and less over time. Don't worry. But basically, you have a reaction. It's gone. How do you do that? Can we discuss that? Because that's really important. That's your sadhana. That's your spiritual practice. Learning to let go. Learning to release. Learning to be open all the time, unless a moment happens that temporarily closes you, and then release it. Release it. Why? You don't want to stay closed. You already said getting what you want, opening makes you feel good. Why do you want to not feel good? All right? I'm just trying to get you to do efforts that raise yourself. The Gita has a beautiful line. It says, one should raise the self with self, not trample down the self. And it's using Atman, capital A and lower a, the higher self and the lower self. Your conscious self should raise your lower self. You have a psychological mess in there, a little baby. You shouldn't be giving into it. You should be raising it. Now, how do you let go? It is a practice, and it's easy. And people write me from all over the world, right, to read these books. They say, oh, my God, I've been on a spiritual path for someone wrote me the other day, 50 years. I'm an older lady. For 50 years, I've read everything there is. I studied this, that, and the other thing. I read The Untethered Soul, and for some reason, I got it. And immediately, my life changed. That's how long it takes. Right now, you are using your will to keep your garbage. She will not talk to me like that. I'm not going to put up with that. No one should treat me like this. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't have to put up with this. You're using your will to keep your garbage. The moment you catch on and say, I don't want somebody else to be able to bring me down, especially somebody who's not as conscious as I am. Why would I let somebody who's not as conscious as I am, who hasn't meditated, hasn't done their work, behave in some stupid way? And that affects me and brings me down. I ain't doing it. Okay, then you raise yourself. You work with yourself. How do you do that? Don't start with the big stuff. Do not start with the fact that your ex-husband's still locked up inside of you. And every time you hear his name, it freaks you out. Don't start with that. Why? Because that's not how you solve it. You solve it by doing the following. I don't understand. I'm so sensitive and picky. If somebody walks up to me and stands 2 feet away, I'm fine, but if it's in a foot and a half, Mickey, I get all weird. And then when they walk away, I don't like them. So, okay, maybe we can work with that. That's not so powerful, is it? Right? Maybe you could let it be a foot and a half instead of 2 feet. Let's just little by little let it get a little closer. Not much, maybe even 1 foot 11 inches. I'm begging you, it's the low-hanging fruit where you'll stay conscious and you can start to work with yourself. Just like when you play the piano, you don't start with Mozart. You start with the scales. You practice. That's what you need to do. You need to practice letting go. That is spirituality. The act of practicing how to open back up after you closed a little bit, just a little bit, and how to stay open when there was this tendency to close. Those are where you work, right at that moment. So if somebody walks up, right, and they tend to take your space, that person tends to stand a little too close, and you haven't been comfortable in the past, now they walk up immediately, right? It's okay, low-hanging fruit. What's low-hanging fruit? The only reason it's bothering you is it's bothering you, right? You're deciding to make it bother you. You have decided, I'm not okay with this, therefore I'm not okay with it. How about we reverse that pattern? So that now the moment that person starts to walk up, I immediately click back to this talk. I click back to my morning and evening meditation, my affirmations, whatever it is, right? I immediately click back to, I'm going to use this to go to God. I'm going to use this to practice being able to handle something that if I can handle it, I'm fine, and there's no reason not to. Right? What do? They walk up. It's called being conscious, being centered. You're clear. You're there. What does that mean there? You're there in a seat of clarity instead of getting involved in the garbage that's starting to come up inside of you, the reactive garbage. Doesn't mean it doesn't start coming up, but you stay above it. How? Breathe, relax. I have found that, and yoga teaches it, it's the essence of yoga, that relaxation, if you'll relax around the tendency to close, it doesn't close as much or as fast or even at all because you gave it the room. It's used to, he walks up a little too close, your heart starts to close, your throat, everything gets weird in there, you start resisting, and there it is, man. You can't wait till he leaves. You better watch what you say also. You got caught. So you're not there in the place of clarity. You got involved in your reactive reaction. All right? Instead, you remind yourself, do mantra, breathing, talk to yourself. I don't care. That's your business. You know, it's private in there. You do your own thing. But basically, stay clear. Stay conscious. The reaction is going to take place. Relax. Just relax. And people sit there and say, how can I relax when it's getting tense inside? Until you understand that that's perfectly reasonable to relax when it's tense inside. You're having a massage. It's the first massage you've ever had. It's a very good masseuse. They're right in tune with your body, and they go right for the part that hurts like hell. And they're going there and they're massaging, and all of a sudden they hit that spot, and you freak. You almost hit them. The masseuse is going to say to you, just relax. Just relax. Let me work there. Just relax. What are you going to say? No, I can't. It's only by relaxing through it that you're going to release the cause of the tension. It is exactly the same inside. There is no difference. It can start to get reactive inside and be uncomfortable. You get to relax. And I am highly advising you to learn to do so. When you can relax in the face of the reaction, you left it room to pass through. And that's all it takes. In the end, if you can keep relaxing around everything that closes up inside of you, you're going to change every single day. Every day you will be a new person. You'll be sitting there saying, wow, this used to bother me. Now all of a sudden, somebody walks up, somebody else walks up, you don't even notice. You don't even notice that they're a foot and a half away. Wow, this is neat. Okay? Your husband or wife comes home after work, they had a bad day, and you were all excited about coming home. You're kind of in an open space and made something romantic. They walk in the door, say, I can't do anything today. I'm in a bad mood. And they walk in and they close the door. Woo, that's not so much fun, is it? All right, so what? Let it go. Let it go. People get to have bad days. Doesn't mean anything, does it? Sure, it didn't feel good, disappointing, whatever. Let it go. I dare you. I dare you. You wait till you see what happens when you make the meaning of your life to raise yourself, to not let the lowest part of your being run your life. Right now, it's hard to imagine, isn't it? Because you're very sensitive, you have a lot of reactive stuff, and it's bad enough you closed to what happened, now you're closed to being closed. And your whole mind starts, doesn't it? He's not going to talk to me like that. I have to put up with that. That's ridiculous. Did you see what they did? And you start telling everybody. Did you see what she did? You're just cementing it inside of you. You're making it be a big deal, all right? Instead of fine. There's 7.5 billion people on the planet Earth. I just met one. And you just learn to let go. Let go. Let go. Practice with the tiny stuff. I told you the ultimate is the driver in front of you who's driving 10 miles an hour below the speed limit. You're actually talking to them if you're like me. Come on, you see, there's a sign. Do you see the sign? They don't hear you. All you're doing is making yourself uptight. There's no benefit to this. Use I don't teach you how to meditate. There are lots of techniques for meditation. You use them. It's good to do. But don't tell me I don't teach techniques. It's just my technique is so universal you can't even hear it's a technique, which is every single second of your life, let go. Not just on the meditation pillow. On the meditation pillow, you're doing your practices. Practicing for what? This. Until you get to the point that you are willing to say, it's not that I want to go deep and have a nice meditation. I don't even want to have to meditate. I want to be so freaking high that there's no difference between 3 hours of meditation and work and this and that and the kids and doing the taxes and every single thing. It's just all high. It's high. It's fun. It's exciting. I'm sitting on a planet Earth, spinning in the middle of nowhere. It's a ball. And this is how you get. And you're able to do that if you will take every moment of your life. And I'm not exaggerating. Every moment of your life, especially the simple ones that you're causing yourself trouble. How do I measure simple? If they wasn't bothering you, there'd be nothing to do. There's too many people in the elevator. If it wasn't bothering you, there's nothing to do about it, is there? Oh my God, there's traffic. If it's not bothering you, there's nothing to do about it. Well, I guess there's really nothing to do about it anyways, right? You just decide either I experience it or I be bothered by it. Decide not to bother yourself. That's my spiritual path. Live in there, become conscious, and decide to stop bothering yourself. And what will happen is things that happen won't leave these impressions inside of you. You'll find out that more and more moments are okay with you. Why? Because you said they were. Enjoy the weather. What weather? All of it. If it's hot, it's hot. If it's cold, it's cold. If it's windy, it's windy. If it's rainy, it's rainy. If it's balmy, it's balmy. Enjoy it. Why? You'll enjoy life more if you enjoy the weather, right? Change. I've been telling you all lately that you should go visit it. We were involved in the new chapel in the new hospital, the cardio neuro hospital, and it's called the Sanctuary of Wisdom, and it's very beautiful. You should go in there and see it. People do. They go to the hospital just to see it. But it has quotes from very wise people, and Rumi's one of them. And there's a table that has a beautiful quote carved around the table, the edge of the table, and it says, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, so I want to change myself." That's everything. That's the entire spiritual path in one little phrase. You're either out there trying to fight with the world and everyone in it to make it match your screwed up stuff you have inside, or you have decided to clean out inside. And you have that opportunity every second of your life. You understand that? You're gonna freak out when you find out that everything bothers you. All right, that's you know when they come to me and say, "Mickey, since I heard your talk, I'm doing way worse than I was before. Since I started practicing witness consciousness, I am really screwed up. It's like everything's bothering me." Welcome to noticing what's going on inside. Work on it. Work on it. All right? If you do this, you will raise yourself. And if you raise yourself, you will raise everybody else. Some people sit and say, "But isn't that selfish to work on yourself?" No, it's not selfish to work on yourself. If you're out there polluting the world, right, let's at first stop polluting it before we worry about everybody else is doing. And you are polluting it. If you're not okay inside, I guarantee you what you do outside is hurting other people. If you're okay inside, and I'm going to stop here. If you're okay inside, it doesn't mean you don't work with the outside. You go to work just like everybody else. You have family, whatever it is, everything the same. The only difference is your motive. I'm okay inside. So from the moment I wake up in the morning to the moment I go to bed at night, I'm okay. It's beautiful inside. It's fun. It's exciting. Can little things happen that are not so comfortable? Absolutely. They last 2 seconds. Man, a little pinprick. All right? And you let go, and you're fine. So now when you interact with the outside, it's not because you're trying to make it be what you want, because you don't have any of those. And it's not because you're trying to make it not be what you don't want, because those are fun. Those are challenging. There's always going to be some stuff you don't want. All right? So you're excited. Well, why are you interacting? Because it's fun. Why are you going to work? Because I'm trying to contribute. Not to make money so I go on a vacation. Why are you in a relationship? Because I feel love. I feel love. But what happens if the relationship ends or they die or they leave? And I'll still feel love. Love is my natural state. And so now you come out into this world and you bring light. You bring joy. You bring inspiration. You don't have to teach. You are a teacher. Your being is teaching. People start seeing you can handle situations they can't. I don't care in the business world, relationship world, doesn't matter. Right? Other people are freaking out. You're not. That's a very good teaching, all right? People will look up to you. They'll see your strength. So you develop this core inside. Please, I'm begging you. If you want to be okay, this is your work. If you think you're going to be okay by making everything else be the way you want, wake up. It's never worked for anybody. The richest people in the world are worrying more about money than you do. The most beautiful people in the world are worrying about getting old. The most respected people in the world are afraid of losing their edge, losing respect. You're not going to get there that way. But there is a there. You can be always okay. But it's by doing the inner work. All right. So work on these things. Jai Guru.